Hola, hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estáis? Un poquito más, ahí mejor. Bueno, continuamos con este Final Fantasy XVI. Hace calor hoy, pero no es lo de ayer, ¿eh? Ayer hacía mucho más. Hoy eso me parece a mí. Un momentito. Vale, voy a probar el sonido, a ver cómo va. Sí, todo va bien. Voy a hacerlo compartir. Voy a salir del mapa. Vale, vamos ahí al mapa mundi. ¿Qué me pasa? Y espera un momentito. Ahí, me confundí. Me he confundido, ¿por qué? A ver qué pasa eso. Bien. Tenemos que ir a... Está aquí. Venga, vamos hasta ahí. Y ya la última ayuda que tenemos que hacer antes de hacer otras. Vamos a ir un poco la persiana. Vale, vamos a... Ah, muy bien, que cerquita está. Ludo. A ver qué pasa, Ludo.
Sid,
Sí,
your new
tu nueva
companion appears
compañera parece
much
ser
more
más
formidable than your uncle.
formidable que tu tío. Bueno, sí,
Should I be worried?
gracias.
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much
Soy Jill.
about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas
No va
said
al
that
resto,
Dalamil has a bandit
sino otro
problem.
allí.
Indeed. Although you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago. Any idea where they went? The desert's a
¿Sabes?
big
El
place.
desierto es
Your
enorme.
guess is as good
Que
as
de todas
mine.
sabe. Claro,
But the fact is,
es
I
muy
have
grande
more
el desierto.
immediate
¿Habéis
concerns.
estado alguna vez en algún desierto? Yo sí.
Ah, as if by
Yo he estado
magic.
en tres.
Let's just say
Almería,
we've yet to
que en
reach a
Canarias tiene unas
consensus about
dunas
how to
que
solve
parece
Dalimil's
desierto.
little problem. And
O
at
sea,
this rate, it won't be
pero
the
realmente hay
actions of
dos.
the
El de
bandits which
Almería
prove to be our undoing. It will be
y el
our
de
own.
Cairo. Bueno, de
I've
Egipto.
tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the desert hare has limits.
Es interesante.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Exacto.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
Bueno, vamos a ayudar. Ve la picadura moza. Que vaya nombrecito, ¿eh? Vaya nombrecito. Deja el teléfono aquí.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way.
Nah, son tres
We
nombres.
hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better
Les
off
estoy haciendo
using
antes
that coin to
los
buy
directos porque
food
es que por
and
la tarde
supplies.
no,
If
no
we
puedo.
hire
O sea, con el
mercenaries,
calor y
the
tal
only
no
thing we're
puedo.
buying is the bandit's ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they
Esa
come
es la verdad.
back?
No,
Maybe
no,
it'll be
vamos.
your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor.
Es que no sé dónde poner el
What's
pie.
he doing here?
Vale. Víctor.
Sid,
Víctor con
and
K de
the
kilo,
Lady
¿eh?
Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Cosnes. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalamil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Venga. Vamos. Aquí por otra vez. Hablar con Lubor.
So, you see my predicament? What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
Todo.
My thoughts exactly.
Eso mismo creo yo.
What to do?
¿Qué debo hacer?
Both sides wish to protect their homes
No sé
and
qué debo hacer.
livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
¿Qué manera consiste, tío? Yo qué sé, si hace que no aparezca
Well,
más de la
for
mitad
my
del juego.
namesake,
O sea,
he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is.
la musiquita, ya suena la musiquita.
Perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the
Aprovecho
other's
para felicitar a un
proposal,
amigo que también es
it
su
may still be
cumpleaños hoy.
possible to make them
Álvaro
doubt their
Orrueta,
own
más conocido entre el grupo como
before
Harvis.
presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
Porque
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his
Natalie.
folly. I'll speak
Habla
with
con
Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along. Play along?
Sí, no sé.
What he means to say is yes.
¿Qué pensaba que me iba a coger? A ver, si no me hubiera hecho el Camino de Santiago, sí que me hubiera acabado el juego. Y empezaría ahora en agosto el espión. Pero
Trick, Conrad.
no va a ser así.
Your own city guard. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The
Es un placer,
pleasure
sí.
is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge
No.
the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not.
Por supuesto que no.
We'll show those
Si
bastards who
aquí
they're
hace
dealing
calor,
with.
si aquí hace calor, ahí tiene que hacer un calor tremendo. sea, espérate un momento.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, milady.
Then let us band together and show these brutes that
A ver,
Dalimil is not to be trifled with.
Por aquí no puedo saltar. A ver, ¿cómo paso por ahí? Por aquí. A ver. Tiene que haber algo para asustar, ¿no? Vale. ¡Uy, va, tú! Ahí va. Hostia, tú. Me ha matado una babosa, tío. Venga. Sí, al lado. A ver. A ver, a ver, a ver. Vamos por aquí. Ah, vale, hemos subido aquí. Vale. Vale. Tengo que bajar por ahí. Vale, vamos abajo. Por aquí. Perfecto. Ah, vale.
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Here he is
Que te había sido por
now.
ahí.
Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious
Natalie.
League of Merchants. Lord Underhill, at your service.
Underhill.
Sotomonte.
I was
Hombre,
just telling the
Sotomonte
good
no era
lady
algo.
of our conversation, my lord.
Gracias
and
por el
how
follow,
you
tío.
were
Un
lamenting
seguidor
the
más.
state of the
Carla
capital
Z.
stores.
Lumor says
ZN.
that not
Gracias.
only are the granaries almost empty, but
¿Cómo
the
vas?
war and the blight mean this
Todo bien,
season's
espero.
harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Espero que estés de
Indeed,
vacaciones.
certainly,
O estés
that is
disfrutando
the
de ellas
case.
todavía.
The nobles
Mucha
in
gente
the
que ha vuelto al
capital are
curro.
buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine,
Qué guay.
driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford.
¿Has
It is
jugado a
only a matter
ese
of time
Final
before the
Fantasy
peasants revolt.
XVI? Carla.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord
Yo
Underhill
lo juego
says
en...
is
No
true,
te preocupes. Yo lo
I
juego
fear we
en
have little
YouTube.
hope of
Si te
supplementing
has
our
perdido algo,
stores,
quieres ver algo,
meager though they
con el
regrettably
mismo nombre
are.
buscarías.
And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance,
Le mola mucho, cuando se
I sense
se
Conrad
consigue un
is
seguidor
not
más.
wrong in his
Mola mucho.
assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food,
Y
weapons,
eso que todavía no tengo lo del
herbs,
ordenador. Cuando lo tenga
everything.
ya va a ser
If our
eso
humble
brutal.
town is to endure not only
Brutal,
this
brutal.
hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my
Sí, sí,
home,
tengo que
I'll
déjame
do
hablar,
it.
contar conmigo. Vale.
But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Tú.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance
Vamos.
was
La
nothing
actuación ha
if
sido...
not
No sé qué he dicho.
workmanlike. She saw right through it. I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
Venga.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Nubes negras, seguimos con la misión nubes negras.
My shop?
Víctor
Good
está aquí.
news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to...
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch. I take it your scouts found the bandits. Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalamil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
Venga
They
ya.
don't just want food, they want the whole
Venga ya.
damn town.
I have a favor to ask.
¿Qué te
I'm
parece?
told the bandits march
Vale.
in two groups, one from the south and one
Me
from
lo
the
tengo
desert,
ahí.
in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses. Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest? The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The
Yes,
stakes I
exactly.
concede are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Alright.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can. And we will do the same.
Nosotros también. Venga, vamos. Falla. Otra vez. Protege... Vale, protege la puerta. Vale. Hostias.
No women folk have
Ah, bueno,
come to
mira.
welcome us.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
Parecen los del Señor de los Anillos, los de los humanos, estos que iban, los no encapuchados, ¿no? Venga, ahí, fuego.
They mean to overwhelm us.
Hostia, estos se protegen. Toma. Venga, ahí. Venga, vamos. Acercamos enemigos, vale. Ya. Ya, copón. Venga, ahí, fuego. Hostia, ¿qué me está costando, eh? La tontería... vamos a darle así. Venga, vamos. Ahí. Vale, perfecto. Enemigo derrotado, vale. Venga. Bien. Bien.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
Me imagino que sí.
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Sea mejor que volvamos. Venga, ahí, bien, vamos. Ay, ay, ay. Voy a sacar un poquito más. Mira, cómo se mira.
Natalie,
Qué serios.
I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved
La
us.
peli esta me recuerda un poco
We all saved Dalimil.
como rasgos mexicanos, ¿no? No sé.
Conrad
Latino.
seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm
Yes,
down,
no,
Victor.
no, no.
Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act. I'll take that as a compliment.
Vale, misión cumplida. Entonces, vale. Misión cumplida, entonces ya
Our friends seem to have things under control.
regresa a
For
la,
now, at
vale,
least.
a la guarida. Vale.
Let's go and put Otto.
Tenemos que regresar ahí. Ahora nos dan una charla cinemática, ¿cómo no? Me imagino. A ver, no.
Did you see the pair that got pulled?
Hablar con otro. Ay, no.
There,
Vale, sí, me he equivocado.
and we most
Me he
certainly
equivocado, me he
cannot have
equivocado.
that.
No,
A certain amount of decorum must be maintained, even here at the hideaway.
no, señora, no.
You wouldn't want the poor...
Otro momento.
Oh,
Hasta luego.
You see that? Tell me you saw that.
Hablamos con otro.
Was wondering when you turn up.
Ya me preguntaba cuándo ibas a
Hello,
venir. Pues
small
no,
our
estoy.
friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose.
Sea suerte, digo
Any
yo.
word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the color of a kick in the kidneys.
Está
2
horrible
days
en
on.
acción.
So,
Inicio oscuro.
Right.
Ya lo.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
Gracias, otro. Vale, entonces ya hubiera acabado la de nubes negras, ¿no? Creo yo. A ver, hermano.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend.
Ya, está explicando todo.
Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred.
Claro.
I'd be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Bueno, tampoco te culpes de todo.
Joshua,
tampoco todo es tu
what do
culpa.
you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, it was not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since.
El vídeo de hoy va a ser
Ultima was driven by
cortito,
some
¿eh?
deep, dark
Porque estoy
purpose,
teniendo un calor
and for
ya
whatever reason,
horrible.
it would seem you are crucial to his
Horrible.
designs. He will stop at nothing to
Entonces voy a
have you,
empezar un poquito la
even
transmisión.
if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited.
Yo solo puedo
I
usar
wield
el fuego.
fire, and only
Bueno,
fire.
hijo mío, ya es.
And I
Ya es algo.
only ice. 8
Yo
wardens
soy
for
hielo,
8
claro.
elements.
Me puede dominar.
Clive,
You are different. You're special.
Soy
Your
especial.
abilities
Sí,
begin with the
mucha
flames
gente me
of
dice.
fruit, but they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
his mind.
Su mente.
Mind, awareness,
Yo creo que
spirit,
sí,
call it
está
what you
hablando
wish.
del tío este que a
But I
veces se le
believe
da
Ultima
los
to be an
tío,
embodiment of the concept,
que es como muy
It's why I
siniestro,
struggle.
que da miedo.
and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry.
Ay.
Inside you.
Venga,
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the
voy a
prison I have made for
definir la
Ultima,
presión de lo que
they
mantengo.
do so at a
Estas
cost.
se cobran un precio. Joder, qué poético, tío.
We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Madre mía.
Clive, it's Gav.
¿Qué pasa?
There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Venga. Otro está ahí hablando.
Well, what's the short of it?
Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of
De
monstrosities.
ciudades libres.
The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
Pero eso no
What
es
of Lord
Venga,
Byron
pues
and
vamos
Mid?
para allá.
Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall.
Yeah,
Also,
well.
prepare us, Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a
Mira,
question
me
for
enseñan
the
el
map.
mapa.
Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, Bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Taya not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant,
Me
who was
acompañan.
to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Iremos juntos. Va, qué,
If
Ah,
he stays close to me,
qué bestia, tío.
he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Cuidaré de comer. Estos me han ido. Pero seguimos en nubes negras. Joder. Buena misión, Ya los ecos. Vale, ya los ecos. Vale. Vamos a los ecos. Vale. De aquí tenemos que irnos aquí. Lo he deducido rápido. Mira, yo solo como se hace, me dedito al perro. Venga, vamos para allá. Sirvientes entre las sombras.
It's like a
Ah,
dream.
pues mira,
The four of us out walking like we
ya
used
hemos
to.
cambiado de...
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry.
de misión.
Yote is a fine scout. If Canva was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
Como que la arena ahí, Venga, vamos.
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it, the echoes have a will of their own.
Petrucita. Mira ahí. Hostia. ¿Vas a coger esta o qué? De ahí los que llevan la espada láser, pinta de amigos, amigos, amigos no tiene. Mira, juntada a ellos. Vale.
This one.
A ver, ¿me dice por ahí? Ahora.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
Hombre, está bien que vayan siendo enemigos para poder subir un poquito más de nivel. Que me mola, como digo. Venga. Voy a ver el tiempo que llevamos. Voy a darle un momentito. 5 minutitos más y yo creo que ya... Ya, 5 minutitos más, sí. Tenemos... Hay muchos objetos que coger aquí. Oye. Porque tampoco voy muy bien, tío. Tampoco voy muy sobrado de pociones y tal. Lo que sí que voy a hacer va a ser salvar. Va a ser salvar aquí. No vaya a ser que luego aquí pasen cositas.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Bien. Mira, ahí hay un objeto que coger. Estos son... Sí.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Where now, Joshua?
Primera vez que estoy aquí.
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Vale. Vas a tener esta cinemática y voy a salvar.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course.
Bien.
It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Imposible sobrevivir a la travesía. Bueno.
Rise, Lady Yote.
Lady Yote.
You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come
Vale, pero gracias.
Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace, it is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
El galeón negro.
Joshua.
The
Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
Es que vienen
We
muchas
have reason
cosillas.
to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after
Claro,
the
es
fight
una trama
began
muy
and set a course
complicadilla,
due
pero bueno.
south.
Pero que te pierdes muy fácilmente.
Then it is Waluda knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them? Yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
Bueno. Realmente, mientras tanto. Ahora. Ciudad libre.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm
Ay, cómo va la
is on the
mesa ahí.
brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Bueno. Ahora hay pelea, Tías. Pelea no, se encarga los
Distinguished
tíos.
members of the council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
Este me recuerda más a Finn
Do you not
que
see?
el propio Clive.
The king, he has come to save us from the Akashic.
Con todos.
He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Walud. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Bueno, este se la va a sacar y se carga todo. Os lo he dicho. Os lo he dicho, os lo he dicho. Está cantado.
Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation.
Joder. Vaya bañito de sangre.
The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris.
La arrogancia de su padre.
A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Sí, sí, su majestad.
Come, Mythos.
Ven, Vito. Vito Corleone, Vito.
Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
Joder. ¿Cómo se pone la cosa?
So then, how long has Walud been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
El tapiz, ¿no? Es un tapiz.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apology.
El tapiz está hecho una mierda, sinceramente. No sé qué arreglarlo.
I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence
Mira
beyond
que
arcane.
la silla gamer que tengo no es que sea espectacular, pero es más cómodo que esto. Esta es la típica de madera esta de pueblo. No, porque estoy en el pueblo.
Others have rejected it.
Hostia, me está rayando una
Which is
imagen.
rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs
Sí,
you
tanto.
most of all.
Yo pensaba que veía fantasmas. Vale.
And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Venga.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Por supuesto.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omieros delan tu isag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty
Que mi
to...
deber es...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
Mira, os lo he dicho. Nada, 5 minutitos están. Con la cinemática.
If that is your wish.
Se me está alargando el vídeo. Claro, no puedo parar
You
ahora.
must be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Pues se me está yendo a la... casi la hora. 3/4 de hora llevamos fácil. Llevamos 47 con algo. O sea...
farewell, my lord, my lady.
Hasta pronto, mi señor.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
Ya se ha repuesto el tapete porque sí. Estoy flipando. Venga. Ahora sí voy a salvar, ¿eh? Ahora sí voy a
She
salvar.
cares for you very deeply. And I
Vale.
her, which is
Dejo
why
pasar
I had to
esto.
let her go.
Venga, ahora sí voy a salvar, chavales. Ajustes. Venga. Si os quiere, hasta la próxima. Chao, chao.